Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is my first attempt at making like the ocean resin trays, and I definitely loved how it came out. I will have some tips along the way of what I can do differently next time. So I'm just showing you the different colors that I use. I use mainly like pigments for this. What I'm pouring down now is going to be sand that I got from Michael's, just mixed in some clear resin. The resin that I use is always Be Resin. Love it so much. It's a 1-to-1 ratio, super easy to use. You just mix those two parts for like 3 to 5 minutes. I will have a coupon code linked down below for you guys. So I didn't know really how thick I wanted the sand to be, and so I mixed the sand up. Once I poured it, realized it wasn't like thick enough for me, so that's why I was scooping it out there. And usually whenever I pour, I like don't initially make my colors touch if it's like a bigger project like this, just because I don't know exactly what I want to do ever. And so I just pour, not let them touch, try to, like, if they come together perfectly fine, but I try not to put them together, and I think it looks more natural if you let them come together and you don't push them together yourself. So I like poured it, saw that I probably wanted some other colors in there. All the colors I used were in the beginning, and I will try to put them in the description below if I remember those colors, but nonetheless I decided to use all those blues because it gave it more depth and like more was happening in the project. And so I am laying them down now. Um, I will say that making this is kind of, it can be harder than just like pouring resin because you have to do the second layer. And to be quite honest, like, I've created other ocean pieces before that came out absolutely beautiful, but I never did the waves because like the piece was already so pretty and I didn't want to mess it up. So that part always scares me. But right now I'm just trying to blend the colors. So sometimes I'll use popsicle sticks or another tool to blend the colors. There I was using the blow dryer because the I had just mixed this resin and it was super fluid still, so the blow dryer works really well in that instance. And I think that I did a really good job with mixing them so that it didn't look, so they looked more like one piece. I will continue to mess with the sand because I just didn't know. I went to Florida recently and I got some free seashells from the ocean, and this was after I made this piece, obviously. So next time I will definitely probably put some like seashells in here. I think that would be beautiful. Would definitely add to the piece a lot. I'm not huge on handles, so I personally didn't add handles. If that's something you're into, definitely feel free to add it. I would say probably like an hour or two after you're done with the project and it's kind of set up a little bit tacky is when I would add it. So I'm always trying to like make a little design, and most of all of my pieces, I have no idea why, but I'm just trying to blend the colors because I felt as though it didn't really look like an ocean. This little tool I got from like one of the Amazon purchases I made. I didn't buy it, I just got it from an Amazon purchase, and that worked really well to blend the colors there. I do apologize in advance. All of my cameras kept cutting out, so I didn't get really good videos of me actually blowing out the waves. So here I'm just going to explain it. What you want to do, wait until the next day after the project's done, set, right, and you keep it in the same mode. Then you just, I used this cell creator that I bought from this like art supply store near my house because I thought that it would bring out more cells. And I used white, but really my white was too light, so you want to get your white really like, you want a strong white. You don't want it transparent at all. So I mix the colors up, and then the first thing you should do is lay down a layer of resin, and not on the whole piece though. So you lay down the resin only to the point where you want to lay this white line. So that's where I laid the resin down from the top of the piece, the top of the blue, down to where the white line is. Then I added the white line to connect the resin. So there's no resin at the bottom of the project where the sand is. Um, there's just clear resin up top so that I can blow the white over and create that wave effect. So I'm using my heat gun to just push the white into the clear resin. This is why I think I should have done a like a more like a stronger white. I should have put more white and not have it so transparent. I'm using now my torch to lace it. So whenever you torch it like this, it'll bring out like more cells. And this is in any project. So, but yeah, so whenever I torched it, it kind of gave it more dimension to the waves, and it also brought the lacing out. So this is a really good technique to use when you're trying to create waves. It works really well. Just angle the heat gun to push the white into the clear resin. I'm sorry I didn't record this properly. All of my cameras like ran out of memory so randomly, and nonetheless, so this is exactly how I did it. Really good technique. The only thing, like I said, I'll change is I will make the white definitely a lot stronger here so that my waves can be like more apparent. Anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. This was a really fun project to make by creating the pre-made waves the night before. It really brought the project together, in my opinion. And then these white waves are just adding to it. I will probably do another one of these to redeem myself in the near future, but nonetheless, just I wouldn't do what I'm doing right now. I would definitely wait until the first wave is set, and then maybe like a couple hours later come back and do a second wave. But this is my first time, and I'm just trying to figure it out and experiment, and I learned a lot. So this little set that I'm doing now will show you more of what I meant when I said you only want to put the resin to the point where you want to draw your white line before you blow the waves out. And that way, I think the reason you do that is so that the white doesn't spread below, because you just want to like show the waves, and you're not trying to like paint the whole project. Another thing that I did is I just used a popsicle stick to kind of create waves, and that helped too because my waves weren't very strong, so it just looks like white blowed on the piece right now. But yeah, I used my popsicle stick to kind of drag lines and little waves to make it a lot better. Anyways, this was my first attempt at this. I was relatively happy with how it came out. I will try it again using the tips that I gave you guys. But nonetheless, finish enjoying the rest of the pour. And I will have a demolding video and a couple pictures at the end. You guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in a comment box below. Again, I will leave a link to Be Resin and a discount code in the description, along with all the pigments and tools that I use.